We shall begin. Tatty buys, tatty buys. Oh, I feel queasy, man. Either way, yay! All right, let's talk about body positivity tonight in Women's Health Life. Please keep tapping the screen, even if it is glitching and being weird. Also, we got a target of some ghosts, some little ghosties. If you can help with that tonight, that'd be amazing. And please make sure you send a heart me and a team bracelet. All right, so we are talking about body positivity. Body positivity is more than just a trend. It's a movement that challenges the deep-rooted societal norms and expectations placed on women's bodies. For too long, women have been taught to measure their worth by how closely they fit a narrow standard of beauty. But body positivity asks us to embrace our bodies as they are, in all shapes, sizes, and forms, and to extend that same acceptance to others. And today we are here to explore what body positivity truly means, how it impacts our lives, and the role we all play in shifting this conversation. And hopefully, together, we'll dive into the complexities of self love, health, and the representation of diverse bodies. So, let's begin by addressing some key questions that's going to guide us through our discussion today. Thank you, everyone who sent a small ghost in or a heart me. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. So, my first question that I want to ask you all is what is your understanding or interpretation when you hear the words body positivity? What comes to mind for you? Could you write in the chat for me? Oh, thank you, Beth. It was absolutely hilarious yesterday. We laughed so much. Hannah Montana. Big up Rain as well. Thank you for the team bracelets and the ghosting. Appreciate you. Yaya says body positivity for her represents self love, infinite loving yourself the way you are, embracing our bodies as they come, flaws and all. Rain says being contented with oneself. Yes. Feeling comfortable in your own skin, self love, embracing yourself, says Beth. Feeling comfortable in your own skin, says Swoops. Accepting all body shapes. Yep. Nice way of saying you're not beautiful, but accept yourself, says Lexi. Seaside says to accept and embrace your physical appearance the way you are. Yes. Susanna says being cozy in your own skin. Thank you, Beyonce. Right, I'm going to write that down. We need to close with cozy. I mean, I know I know Beyonce's on the naughty step, but that would be the perfect song, wouldn't it? It's either got to be a Beyonce song or it's got to be a what's her name? What is her name? The big lady, his name, the bigger lady, I should say, who I'm always singing. I can't remember her name. Lizzo, thank you. I'm not giving it. Caca. What others think, says Lindsay. Yes, H, loving yourself and all your flaws. What about a Sabrina Carter song? No, The Child Is Gone. Absolutely not. Beautiful by Christina Aguilera is a lovely song, yeah. Oh, I swear down, I genuinely feel sick, guys. I'm not even joking. Um, I'm gonna just try and power through this today. Because also, I have a fear of being sick, so I don't really want to be sick, but I can feel it. Um, all right, let's start with some questions about oh, Greatest Showman. This is me. That's one of my favorite songs. Oh, I love that song. This is me. I'm just writing them down. Thanks, Beth. All right, so first question. Actually, no. Before we get into that first question, I've got another question for you. Would you say, when you're thinking about yourself, would you say that you are positive about your own body? And be honest here. Yes or no in the chat. Would you say you are you have like positive thoughts about your body? Seaside says no. No, says Infinite. Oh, Mr. Zane wants to battle again. Decline. Sorry, Zaney. Not at the moment. Oh, at the moment, yes, says Yaya. Jen says, I am now. I wasn't early this year. Quite a few no's in the chat. Miss Obsessed says, I yo-yo between thinking I'm hotter than Beyonce or thinking I'm disgusting. Hey, Wiggles. You alright? Swoop says, depends. Sometimes it's a yes. I've just clocked Swoopsy's profile picture, which is a frying pan. Because I was told I was boring as a frying pan. I love it, Swoopsy. I used your the other frying pan one on that last video I just posted as well. The one that says boring AF underneath the frying pan. Thought that was perfect. All right, thank you for answering that question, everybody. All right, so just moving on from that question, what does body positivity mean to you, and how has your understanding of it evolved over time? What does body positivity mean to you, and how has your understanding of it evolved over time? You're all beautiful, says Hannah Montana. Right back at you, kids. What does body positivity mean to you? Hey, Teddy Picker. And how has your understanding of body positivity, how has that evolved over time? Hope you're alright, Teddy. Lindsay says, I used to think how I look to others. Now I'm happy if my body gets out of bed. Yeah, I like that. Miss Francis says, as I got older, but I think it means everyone is beautiful in their own ways. Rain says, not projecting my insecurities onto others or my children. Yeah, I like that. Seaside, to embrace your individuality and not aspire to the stereotypes. Yeah. Miss Obsessed says, when I was slim, I never thought about it. Now I'm learning to love myself as I am. Yeah. Yeah, so that's evolved for you. Swan Song says, embracing how you look in the present moment, and yes, evolved over time. I think it does evolve for a lot of people. Beth says it's made me appreciate my body more over time, embracing it for everything that it is. Like that. Swoopsy, I think learning to actually be happy and not worry what others think. Yes. Jen says, love our body. It's the only thing we're going to get. Be kind. The voice we listen to most is ours. That's okay, Lexi. If you're not sure, it's fine. Embrace the curve, says Sweeps. All right, so how can we embrace body positivity while also recognizing that everyone's journey towards self-acceptance is different? All about the curves. How can we embrace body positivity while recognizing that everyone else's journey, is different? Cat Crazy says, going through cancer, breast cancer, my body has changed beyond belief, especially having melons removed and replaced. Oh, bless you. Yes, Lindsay. Remembering that filters and airbrushing is a thing. Yep, for real. I always ask the tough questions, Rain. I like these lives because it gets everyone thinking. Um, Seaside, I generally think it's extremely difficult, in particular for young people with the pressure of media. Yeah, I've got a load of questions about the impact of media and social media as well. Susanna says to accept everyone for who they are, not what they look like. Victoria's Secret by Jax is an unreal body positivity song. Yeah, I haven't listened to that. I heard that in a while. Um, do you believe that body positivity should include all body types, including those who are thin or muscular? Why or why not? Do you believe body positivity should include all body types, including those who are thin or muscular? Why or why not? I see some yeses. Why do you think they should be? Or why not, for those who don't? Susanna says yes, because everyone has their own insecurities. But isn't it interesting? Because when I think this is a bit of a generalization, but I think um, people often think body positivity is always aimed at people who are bigger or plus size, right? Be positive about your body, but I think it does also equally, affect and matter to people who are either muscular or are thin. Yeah, absolutely. I've had friends who just couldn't put weight on, and that was something that they really hated and struggled with. Beth says everybody struggles with insecurities. Everybody should be able to feel great about themselves. I agree. Shani Shan says everyone should be included. It's a really personal thing. And Swoopsy says, I think media focuses on smaller body types when we're all different but beautiful sizes. Yeah. Seaside says, I'm a size 6 and hate it. God bless you. Oh, no worries, H. Thank you for popping in, darling. Big loves to you and the little one. I hope you're okay. People used to mention my weight when I was skinny. That more people used to mention my weight more when I was skinny than now that I'm very large. Hey, Haley. All right, so let's move on to the role of social media and media. How would you say, in your opinion, how has social media influenced the body positivity movement, both positively and negatively? So, from your viewpoint, how has social media influenced the body positivity movement, both positively and negatively? Teddy Picker says we all need an inner CLA. I've got a banging body, sweetheart. We do. We do. Bald Eagle says, I think social media destroyed body positivity. How, Bald Eagle, how, in your opinion, has it destroyed body positivity? Miss Obsess says, it's allowed a platform to encourage body positivity. Lindsay B says, massive negative in terms of social media influencing body positivity. I worry for young people growing up in this fake image time. Seaside said, I Bruins had a negative impact on society. Beth says negatively, all the celebs use face tune and slimming themselves down. Social media has been so terrible for body image in all ages. I think I'd agree with that, Sonsol. It's also started way before social media. Yeah, we're going through different categories, so like just roll with the categories and then we'll get to other things as well. Bald Eagle says because they show a lot of airbrushing, etc., and it's all fake. However, the influence is set to brainwash that this insta-perfect look is what beauty is. Hi, Debs. Mainly negative, says Susanna. It's always been socially acceptable to be slim, but it's becoming more diverse in sizes. Yeah. Teddy Picker. The most successful influencers are mostly thin. Yeah, true. Mostly are. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Seaside says the constant images of society's perception of what is deemed to be beautiful, right? Heidi says sometimes it portrays a fake image of what is perfect. Yeah. Shani Shan says in the 90s when I was a teenager, all the models were very thin sized zero. Yeah, now, not so now, I feel. Hey, Jemmy and Jaspy. Right, is everybody still tapping the screen for me? Can you guys think, are there any specific influencers or can you remember any specific media campaigns that you believe contributed or is contributing positively to the body positivity movement? Which ones and why? So think about, are there any specific influencers or any media campaigns? Yes, the Dove one, Lindsay. Yes, that was a really powerful one, I think. Um, why do you believe, though, the Dove one was contributing positively? Lizzo, yes, great shout, Rain. Yep, she is body positive 100%. Beth says Khloe Kardashian jeans campaign. Yes, because she does all sizes, all shapes. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Ah, Kelly Brook. Yes, old school one. But yes, she really was for us over in the UK. She was probably one of the first sort of plus size influencers that we all kind of knew who she was. Funny lady, can't remember her name. Do you mean Dawn French? Is that the one you're on about, Seaside? Lindsay said Loose Women also did a promo thing for shapes and sizes. Oh, American. Is it Lizzo that they've said already, or was it somebody else? Oh, you said funny lady. Mia Carter, she's a TikTok influencer. I'm not familiar with her. Yes, and Gok Wan, yeah, Gok Wan used to do the show, and yeah, and it was about plus size women feeling sort of confident in their skins, wasn't it? Ruby Wax, maybe Seaside. Melissa McCarthy, Roseanne Barr. Yes, how look good naked. It's all right, Swanson. But they were some really good suggestions that you all threw up. But it's interesting, isn't it, that we can all remember the Dove campaign, but there hasn't really been lots of like body positivity sort of media campaigns that stick with us, or that maybe we're just not recalling right now, that sort of stand out. Katie Piper. Was that the lady who had acid thrown on her? Is that the one? Okay. Did she? I didn't know she did a body positivity thing. I guess I suppose for Ashley Graham. Don't know Ashley Graham. Oh, I can't think of Ashley Graham. Rebel Wilson, Melissa McCarthy. Jonathan Van Ness is brilliant at body positivity. She was in the Loose Women one. Oh, okay. I get you. Dinkles, leave me alone, bro. All right, next question. How can we challenge the unrealistic body standards that are often portrayed in traditional media, such as fashion magazines and movies? Alison Hammond, yeah, that's another one. How can we challenge the unrealistic body standards often portrayed in traditional media, such as fashion magazines and movies? Right, I'm really sorry, I need to use the loo, so I'm just going to put some music on. I'll be back, 2 secs.
Ey. Mami, te siento lejos, dime dónde estás. Te quiero chingar, te voy a arrastrar. Déjate llevar, apaga el celular. Que si estás conmigo no te va a pasar nada. Solo déjate llevar. Nena, atenta a la jugada. y duro gorrón. Te supones pa' mí, yo por ti me tiro toda la misión. Todo lejos, dime dónde estás, te quiero chingar, te voy a arrastrar, déjate llevar y apaga el celular, que si estás conmigo no te va a pasar nada, solo déjate llevar.
I'm back. Was that a hard question? All right. Change the educational and media narrative. It all centers in focused education. Can you guys hear me? Can everybody hear me? What's happening? Okay, I did say I was going to the toilet. Everyone's like, are you okay? I had to go to the bathroom. I had to pee, guys. I drank a lot of water. A lot of water. All right. That was a hard one. All right, so we're going to talk about body positivity in the sense of the impact on mental health. So I have a couple of questions around that. So, how does the pressure to conform to societal beauty standards affect women's mental health? And what role does body positivity play in counteracting these pressures? So, the first part of that question is, how does the pressure to conform to societal beauty standards affect women's health? I feel that's how we're programmed into judging ourselves and others the way we do. We can feel like we're not good enough. It's alright. How does the pressure to conform to societal beauty standards affect women's mental health? Yeah, causes problems with eating. Yeah, 100% infinite. Beth said it affects it a lot. People want to be what they see and it's unrealistic, therefore chasing the impossible. Seaside says, oh, I believe it's had a huge impact. Yeah, and anxiety issues. Yeah. Oh, doggo, come on then. Oh, you are persistent today, aren't you? The expectation of bouncing back body-wise after having a baby. Yeah. I think it creates a huge clash between expectations and reality and has a negative effect. I agree, Emma. So, how can we support women and young girls in developing a positive body image, particularly in an environment that often promotes perfectionism? How can we support young women and young girls in developing a positive body image? What would you say? In the 80s and 90s, all the fashion shops went up to size 14, occasionally 16. Yep. How can we support women and young girls in developing a positive body image, particularly in an environment that often promotes perfectionism? Infinite says, I think you need to be careful what you say about your own body whilst they are listening. I agree. By promoting individuality and diversity all around us, says Swansong. Seaside said, it's strange. I won't have Botox or surgeries as I get older, and my friends think that's strange. Miss Obsessed says, have true mirrors and lighting in our changing rooms for a start. Deb says, tell those girls they are perfect how they are. Thank you for the heart, these guys. Thanks, Chantel, GKK, Gem, Teddy Picker, Wiggles, Soph, Hannah Montana. Thank you, everyone. Are we still tapping, everybody? We still tapping the screen? Teddy Picker says, speak about yourself, speak about self-worth and to concentrate on what gives us joy in life. Yes, love that. By knowing, Molly Maria, thank you, darling. Thank you for the ghosty. We love a ghost around these ways. By knowing our skin and body does not define our beauty. Oh, big up. Thank you, babe. Stop moulding us to believe we have to be a certain way for men, says Miss Obsessed. Thank you, Chantel. Deb says, family often pick on body parts for banter and yet it turns into an issue later. Oh, God, yeah. I've lost count. Thank you, Molly Maria. Thanks, Kelly Mack. I've lost count of the amount of times where I've turned up at family gatherings, Christmas, weddings, funerals, and then the first thing people want to talk about is your weight. How much weight you've put on. Are you still going to the gym? And it can feel hard to have body positivity if you have those sort of negative conversations around you. Yes, Jimmy. Tell them and show them they are loved. Yeah. You said I wasn't enough. Oh, you mean you wasn't told that enough? Yeah, no, I wasn't either. And I think for those of us that weren't told it enough when we were little, it's something we have to then learn for ourselves. Jen says, I'm having CBT from trauma of family growing up who tied my worth, yeah, to my weight. Bloody hell, Jen. I hope that's going okay for you. Emma said, it's always the nans that come out with the harsh comments. Or the biggest auntie in the room wants to come tell you about your weight, and you're like, hun, have you ever seen the inside of a gym and you're talking to me about my weight? It's always the biggest one in the room. Just like, hush. Your granny was brutal as well, Lindsay. Chantel says my nana does that, mentions it every time, as if weight defined your success in life. 100%, yeah. Jemmy says, yeah, my mum was really shocking at showing love and I can see it impacted me. Yeah, I hear that. And yes, Miss Obsessed, the learning is hard. It's really hard. And some people never, really learn. All of you lot with your brutal grannies and your brutal nans. Bless us all. Women genuinely show support to other women that get put down about their weight. Yeah. Miss Obsessed says growing up with just my mum and watching her yo-yo diet was not healthy. No, no. And so we do have to be mindful if we are, around other women and young girls, around helping them develop a positive body image. 100%, we have to be mindful of that. Seaside said, I've always been skinny, but during stress I lose more. Yet people think I'm lucky and I hate it. Oh, bless you. Yeah, that's really hard. Because the perception is, oh, you're skinny, so you haven't got anything to worry about. And that's just as awful as, somebody who's overweight getting those sort of comments too. No way, Swan Song. My nan used to ask me where I was going with my big back. Do you know, right, my daughter started using that phrase, big back. I'd never heard it until a few weeks ago. Like, she looks at the dog and says, like, the dog has got a big back. And then there was a whole big back trend. I don't know if you guys have seen it on TikTok, the whole big back trend. Oh, it's awful. But yeah, she calls the dog a big back because he might have put on a little bit of weight. Um, oh, Swan Song, that made me giggle. Sorry. Jemmy and Jasper, I do believe a naked household is good for body positivity. 100%, I agree, Jemmy. 100%. It works for us, but I guess it wouldn't work in every household. Um, for different setups and different reasons and different age groups of kids and stuff. So, but yeah, but like, or when we go swimming and stuff, like I will just get undressed. I mean, also, like, I used to play basketball and I've been in and out of locker rooms for years. So you just all go in, nobody's looking at anyone. You just drop naked, get changed. But like, whenever I do that at the swimming bars with my daughter, like the horror in her face of like, what are you doing? You got to cover up. And I'm like, we're all ladies in here. We've all got boobies. We've all got bundas. We've all got, the furry whatever. And it's like just letting her know that it's okay. Like, you don't have to be embarrassed about your body. Like, if you're in a women's changing room, it's okay. Furry down belows. I couldn't think of a word. Well, I was going to say something, but it was rude, so I just had to edit myself and not say it. Just left it at furry. Down below swoops, yes. Furry down belows. Healthy is best, says Molly Maria. I agree. Molly Maria says, I got more attention when I was a little girl. The skinnier I was, it was praised. Yeah, that's awful. I think my daughter's got pretty bad body image. I mean, I'm constantly reminding her, about how wonderful her body is. Um, she's got a beautiful body, but because she's a tall kid in the class, the tallest, is self-conscious and self-aware. So I'm constantly having to kind of have these positive conversations with her, even though she rolls her eyes and tells me to shush. Chrissy says you can still be overweight and healthy. Yeah. Jen says I have massive body positivity in my house. My daughter, she won't have my upbringing. I love that, Jen. Beth says I was just as self-conscious when I was skinny as I am now I'm bigger. Susanna says my daughter is size 4 and she hates being so tiny. Shani Shan says I found my male friends were always really supportive where women can be vicious behind your back. Chrissy says girls are far worse than boys using it as an insult. Agreed. Oh, you changed your profile picture again. Alright. What strategies or practices have you found helpful for improving your self-esteem and body image? It's definitely a glitch, I think, with the taps in it. What strategies or best practices have you found helpful for improving your self-image and body work? Deb says mirror work. Can you explain what mirror work is if people don't know, Debs? Beth says, hear me out. Look at yourself naked for 5 minutes a day in the mirror. Heidi says it's about learning to love yourself the way you are and never look for outside validation. Oh, I like that. You got an evil eye on your next to your name as well. That's cool. I like that emote. Beth says first you pick out the flaws and then you find the beauty. I'm gonna say Beth, just find the beauty. Just find the beauty. Seaside said the questions are really thought provoking. Yeah, I mean this is why I like to do these lives, to like get people to just really just take a moment, right, and just touch in. That sounds weird, touching with themselves, but like connect with themselves and just ask themselves some questions about how they're thinking and feeling about things. Because often on social media we are bystanders and we just watch shit and take in shit, but we're not really using our own brains to think about what we're feeling or thinking about certain topics. So I kind of like to ask these questions just to get people to, yeah, provoke thought a little bit. Chrissy says, by buying clothes that I like, not what is fashionable. I like that. Faith says, I feel like certain clothing company size can have an effect on my body. What do you mean, Faith? Deb says, tell yourself you love yourself in the mirror daily. Lexi says, drink more water, get more sleep, take a walk, small changes for healthy eating habits. I like that, Lexi. Thank you. Paula. Jemmy and Jaspy says, getting pregnant. I never felt more confident. I like that. Debs has also said you should question the beliefs that you have about your body. And actually going to the nudie beach, or nuddy beach, was the most liberating experience ever. Yes. See, I'd love that. My daughter would just be fucking mortified if I tried to take her. Um, hello, Cockerel Club. Are you okay, darling? Miss Francis said, oh, some of the clothes are smaller than the actual size it should be. Yeah, I get you now. Chunk Dunkin, Chrissy. She said instead of skinny dipping, she was chunk dunking. I've never heard that phrase before. Oh, that's funny, Chrissy. Oh dear. Jemmy Jaspy says, and now I actually have an excuse for the stretch marks and mum tum. Yes, embrace it, darling. Yeah, Lexi says, yeah, some shops can be a 12 in one shop and 16 in another, not universal sizes. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah. And they made me laugh, Paula. Right, let me find. Hold on, let me get rid of the dog. Oh, God, don't jump. Oh, bloody dog. Dinkles, give it a rest. All right, how can we challenge the societal notion that thinness equals health or beauty? How can we challenge that? Lexi wants to chunk dunk. Oh no, don't worry, Seaside. No one's judging you, my love. How can we challenge the societal notion that thinness equals health or beauty? Not everybody wanting to chunk dunk. uh, Susanna says, by people talking about it. And I think that's it. Is that by more people talking about it? So like, or or not talking about it, in the sense of like idolizing people that are thin, or going up to a person who's thin and complimenting them on their size, right? Um, I'd love to have some chunk in my junk, says Seaside. Queen Bob says the designers need to start using larger models and they actually be larger, not a size 12. Yeah. I think they have started doing that. There are a lot more plus size models now, certainly more than in the 80s and the 90s. And I remember that whole model phase of it being like size zero only models, which was really harmful to a lot of those young women. When I was super skinny, people used to accuse me of being anorexic to my face. Oh, that's awful. Zara, hello. Zara says, I may be joining the convo late, but I need this kind of talk, to be fair. Welcome him. Oh, we got fat girl problems. Hello, fat girls problems. Uh, they said we need to learn ourselves. It's a journey. It is. That's true. Excuse me. Why does this chat keep moving? It keeps scrolling me to the bottom. I have to scroll back up again. It's people's first sight impression thought that needs to change, says Paula. Queen Bob says, stop calling them plus size. Would be a start, in my opinion. A model is a model. Yeah. So just call them models, irrespective of whether they are larger or smaller. Is what you're saying. Oh my God, it's just scrolled to the bottom again. I've got to keep scrolling up. Actually, I just need to read quicker. That's what I need to do. Yeah, size zero was ridiculous. Yes, Hannah, we're now on chunk dunking. Blame Chrissy. Chunk dunking is the opposite of skinny dipping, apparently. Good point, Zara. Calling them plus size when they're size 12 is really upsetting. That's fucking ludicrous, isn't it? Agreed. Heidi says more promoting of diverse body shapes in adverts, actress in movies, and singing artist. Yep. Haley says I'm huge size. I bet Haley is not as big as she likes to pretend. Infinite says people need to stop using the word FAT as an insult. Yeah, Seaside, it's in our language and terminology. Teddy Picker says, medically speaking, I should be thin, but I've always been the odd one out, so why stop now? Paula says that she is a chunk if anybody wants to dunk. Lexi said, when I was younger, I was a size 6. A model agency asked me to lose weight, and my dad went mad. Good on your dad. That's crazy. Oh, that shouldn't be happening at work, Queen Bob. That's awful. Yeah, we love the Dove ads, Chrissy. We talked about that earlier. Deb says making sure the media in all of its forms have a list of phrases they can't use to describe someone. I like that. Yes, you do, Haley. Haley says I need to stop shaming myself, but I struggle too. So we were talking earlier about some strategies and things that people could do um, to sort of promote their own body positivity. Welcome back, Beth. And there were suggestions about, you know, standing and looking at yourself in the mirror, looking at your whole body, telling yourself in the mirror that you love yourself. Without sounding creepy or weird, I also think just the act of just rubbing your hands over your body, like touching your arms, touching your legs, touching the bunda, right? rubbing your tummy, like feeling. This is gonna sound really weird, and I don't mean it to be. And also, I love TikTok Shop, but like actually feeling what you feel like, and telling yourself, I love my tummy, or I love my bottom, or even if they're thin, or even if they're thick, or even if they're not the size that you want it to be. I think it's a simple way. God, Emma, not the hashtag, Emma. Oh God. Oh, Paula. Yes, I remember that, JG Rose. And Swoopsy said, for the mums, we know that our beautiful bodies produced a tiny human being, which is amazing. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it absolutely is. I just meant as an act. I didn't mean right now to go and, you know, do that, but whatever. Um, let me see what other good questions I've got for you. Hold on. All right. Do you think, right, in your opinion, do you think that there is a misunderstanding between the body positivity movement and discussions about health, fitness, or weight loss? Yes, you do, Beth. Do you think there's a misunderstanding between what body positivity is and then discussions about health, fitness, or weight loss? Weight loss. Fat girl says yes. Fat girl problems, I should say. Chrissy says, I'm sure if you surveyed 10 women, none of them would be happy with their bodies. I think you'd probably. I think it would be quite high as well. Maybe 9 or 10. I'm just reading some questions. That's why I'm quiet. Oh, the fat girl problem says dieting has made me love myself a little less. Yes, she does, Seaside. Because we hear it. That's how I know. We hear it. A lot of these questions are kind of a bit repetitive, so I'm skipping. All right, so let's. Oh yeah, Chrissy, as you're absolutely right. Hey Jordan, Chrissy says you can have thick thighs, but still run 10 miles. Body positivity is self-love. 100% agree. 100%. You can have thick thighs and still run a marathon, right? So yeah, right. So question. Let's move on to talking about body positivity and the influence on relationships. How would you say, or how can body image issues impact romantic relationships? And how can body positivity improve those dynamics? So, this is about relationships. How can body image issues impact romantic relationships? Yeah, Fat Girl Problem says your confidence in the bedroom, 100%. 100%. Is there any. Oh, Zara says I refuse to get nude when I'm on those bad days. Yeah, when your confidence in your body's not feeling great. Has anybody ever thought to themselves, I can't have a relationship because I'm too big or I'm too thin? Has anybody ever had those thoughts? Like nobody's going to love me because I'm too big or I'm too Small. I'm trying to use non-triggering words for the AI, so I'm not deliberately trying to be a dick here. Shiny Shan says, yeah. Beth says, yeah, I felt unlovable because of my weight many times. I hear that. Miss Francis says, yes. Deb says, all the time when I was young. Just Jay says, yes. Yes, come back, fat girls. Make sure you're, I've got to say your name properly. Fat Girl Problems. Make sure you're giving us a follow and do come back. We do this every Tuesday, Women's Health Lives and Parenting Lives on Thursday. Zara says, yes, my first relationship when I turned 27, I said if I lose weight, I'll be happy. Oh, bless you. Just Jay, not attractive anymore. Oh, Susanna says, you met Rob when you was 18 and now he loves me in both sizes. Teddy Picker says, no, I know that there's men out there that love a fluffy woman. Love that confidence, Teddy Picker. Love it. Sweepsy said, before I met my husband, I was big with an ex and he made me feel awful about it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, darling. Deb says, my first boyfriend I was happy with because he accepted me even though I didn't really like him. Oh, Miss Francis. She said, I was told no one will want me because of my size and it did stick. That's sad, man. I don't like hearing that. Yeah, Shani Shan. So many of us have felt the same. Infinite's like, I'm always grateful I got married before I put on the weight. Bless you. Hey, Misty. Beth says your body confidence can definitely impact your bedroom performance, which can cause problems, and it's hard. And Seaside says if you have a negative perception of yourself, the negative ripple effects on a relationship. 100% agree. Sorry. Sweetie said my husband loves my body, so it does make me feel confident. That's what we need. I mean, I think we need to feel confident in ourselves, but I think it definitely helps if you have a partner that loves your body too. 100%. Emma says we are taught body image. Yeah, we are, and it's penetrated into our brains by everything around us, isn't it? Um, how desirable we are, unpicking that is hard. I agree. I agree it is. Lexi says I feel embarrassed. He loves it. I get shy and think he's taking the mickey. Yeah, I relate to that as well, Lexi. Chrissy said I've recently lost 3 stone. Well done, Chrissy. I asked G why he didn't tell me that I'd got so big. Oh, well, you know he loves you, no matter what. No matter what. Yes, Hannah. Hannah knows what time it is. Welcome back. We're an hour and a half later. We're an hour and 20 minutes later. Um, TikTok lets us have 10k taps. I'm sure it is much higher than that, but it's glitchy McGlitch. All right, let's quickly move on to body positivity and motherhood. How does pregnancy, childbirth, and motherhood affect a woman's body image? And what role can body positivity play during these life changes? Oh, is it 20k on yours? By the way, we need one more little ghosty to hit our target tonight. If anybody can help support me with the room's target. We need one little Jamaican ghost. to hit the target. We're so close. It changes your body so much. It's easy to miss the body from before. Yeah. Yay! Go on, Paula. Thank you, darling. Thank you for the small ghost. Big up, Chrissy. Thank you. Yeah, Miss Obsessed. Jemmy and Jaspy was saying that how she felt so confident while she was pregnant. I'm not gonna lie. When I was pregnant, I looked banging because I was still going to the gym heavily at the beginning, probably for the first 3 or 4 months. So I was slim, and then I had the big bump. And I actually looked back at some of the pictures, and I look fucking brilliant in that. I look brilliant. 11 years later, I'm haggard. Brilliant. 11 years later, I'm haggard. I'm large and haggard. Thanks, Chrissy. Thank you, Teddy Picker, for the small ghost. Thanks, darlings. I'm loving hearing those of you that have been pregnant, how it made you feel confident. I love hearing that. Beth says, I'm large and in charge. All right, let's just quickly go on to long-term goals of the body positivity movement. I'm joking, Chrissy. I couldn't think of a better word, so I just threw out a haggard. What changes would you like to see in society over the next decade in terms of how women's bodies are perceived and valued? What changes would you personally like to see in society over the next decade in terms of how women's bodies are perceived? Aww, love that, Jemmy Jaspy. Our little coven baby. We will always remember you, Jemmy and Jaspy, as you birthed the first coven baby. I didn't just claim it as my own like a weird, creepy woman on the internet. Or maybe I did. Let's stop commenting on the appearance of people, says Miss Obsessed. Yep. I'd like to see all shapes and sizes normalised. Yep, Susanna. Jemmy says less shows like Love Island with the perfect men and women. Yes. Removing those terrible lights and mirrors in changing rooms, says Swoopsy. Agreed. Why are they so shockingly shit? I'd like to see page 3 scrap, says Chrissy. Agreed. Beth says all shapes and sizes on runways and TV shows. Yes. More reality shows with actual real people. I think that's going to happen, you know. And ban the filters, says Cat Crazy. Yes, I think that is going to happen. I think that's where it's moving to, is more reality shows with a reflection of real sized people. I think that's where it's going. 100%.